All right. Good morning, everybody. Today's date is March 8th, 2023. This is a regular meeting of the members of the State Liquor Authority being conducted in our New York City office with video conferencing to Albany and Buffalo. Present today are Chairman Bradley and Commissioner Fan. Staff in attendance, General Counsel Kearney Sarfo, Associate Counsel Amarato, Deputy Commissioner of Licensing Donahue, and myself, Secretary Roper. This meeting is also being live recorded on the Authority's YouTube channel. The next regular meeting dates are March 22nd, April 4th, which is a Tuesday, and April 26th. While in the meeting rooms, please silence your mobile phones and take phone calls or conversations outside. No food, please. For New York City, the public restrooms are located on the second floor. Please do not touch the microphones when you approach the podium or desks. Items will be called in the order they are signed in, first in Buffalo, then Albany, and then in New York City. When your item is called, please approach the podium and identify yourself. Representatives should also identify their clients who are present. Chairman, do you have any announcements?
Yeah, just one. The reason I'm bringing this up now is because I noticed it a lot in today's calendar. For those of you who practice in this industry as a representative, I think you recognize the importance of a 500-foot hearing. The 500-foot hearing has now become much more important because now you're eligible, your clients are eligible for temporary licenses in New York City. The only way you're eligible if it's a 500-foot law application for a temporary license or permit in New York City is if you get a favorable ruling from the ALJ that the application is in the public interest. I have seen numerous, probably 50% of the applications that are here today that got lack of public interest from the ALJ solely because the public interest statement filed by the representative was insufficient, meaning that you did not answer the questions appropriately, you skipped questions entirely. When a public interest statement asks you if it's going to affect the vehicular traffic in the area, the answer is not no or yes. The answer is explanation. You should be putting an explanation in every answer. Otherwise, the ALJ does not have the application in front of him or her when they're doing a 500-foot hearing. They need as much information from the representative and the applicant as possible. Many of the people that are not getting temporary permits are solely because of the incompetence of the representation at this point. And that we don't have reconsiderations of 500-foot hearings. You have one shot. We ask for the information. It's very clear what we're asking for. And if you don't do it, your client's not going to get the temporary permit. I want to see every client get a temporary permit. So there's no reason that this should be happening, particularly as frequently as it is. So I ask you to pay attention to what you're doing, spend time on the questionnaire for the benefit of your client. Thank you.
Tom, did you have an announcement?
Actually, I have two. One is to just follow up on the chairman's comments about the 500-foot hearing. For those of you who practiced before the authority, you know that I think it was in the summer, last summer, the members passed an advisory that allows if you forget something, you reference something in your public interest questionnaire and then you forget to submit it, such as a community board stipulation, and the judge finds against you, you can submit that. If the judge says, look, if I had the stipulation, I would have found public interest. After the fact, if you submit that, we can then essentially overrule the ALJ. I think there's a misunderstanding about that advisory. It's not for you to supplement your answers once the ALJ finds against you. As the chairman pointed out, if you give a very vague answer to the impact on the traffic and the noise in the neighborhood, you can't then send an email to me with 18 paragraphs of why there's not going to be any impact on the noise. That's not what that advisory is for. It's not for you to fix your mistakes because, as the chairman pointed out, you didn't do an adequate job in the original questionnaire. It's to just submit something that you referenced in the public interest questionnaire, but you forgot to submit. And by the way, it's not the community board's job to submit the stipulation. It's the representative's job. I see emails all the time blaming the community board. You represent the applicant, that's your job. The second item I have is a reminder about the licensing information email address. And this is specifically to the representatives and more specifically to the attorneys. That is not your legal research tool. I see too many emails from attorneys who should know the answer to questions, asking licensing staff for answers to questions. And normally it's a vague question, so you can get a vague answer. There's something called the ABC law. I suggest you actually look at it, because some of you don't. And our CEO, Sharif Kabir, and Bill Crowley, our public information officer, have done a really good job of putting lots of information on our website. Do your work, okay? My staff is not there to work for you, all right? That email address is to handle inquiries about applications and maybe questions about eligibility from applicants or people who may apply who don't have counsel. All right, so you're wasting our time, which means we can't spend it working on your applications. That's it.
All right. So first item's in Buffalo. That's number 346. That's PARTYMAN LLC.
Good morning. I'm here. My name is Tracy John. I'm here on behalf of the property owner and the person who holds the license at the location. This application is actually from somebody applying for a catering permit, and we were asked to attend along with here to the full board. So this application, we have a licensed premise.
Is the actual applicant there?
The applicant is
Yes.
here.
Yep. My name is Joseph Yantachka from PARTYMAN LLC. Good morning.
Do you want to hear from the actual applicant?
I just have significant questions. I want to hear whoever can answer them. I'm not following why this is necessary. The entire building that you're using for events is already licensed by the licensee that runs the cidery.
That is
And
correct.
they also have a full on-premise license.
Correct.
And they plan on renting out their event space to another licensee for 60 odd plus events.
That is correct. It is an event center on a farm winery.
So why would we need a licensee? Why can't there just be a you don't want to do the cooking? Fine, I get that. Why not just be a concessionaire?
Because there's more caterers that serve that location than just this one person. This is an event center, and so not only does the farm winery itself host events at that space, but additionally, 3 or 4 other caterers also bring food into that event space. So this
The problem's not the food. The problem's the alcohol. That's my question is, you can have multiple concessionaires. So what's happening here is the caterer is circumventing the licensing process to not just use a premise, but to use another licensed premise.
they're a
Can I ask a
catering
question?
establishment, and they have a license to do off-site events. They're not getting around. There is a license both on the premise space, and both that person has a license and the catering establishment has a license. The reason
You're missing the point. The law doesn't allow us to just add 2 licenses together at the same premise. Now, once in a while, obviously, for the amount of, for once in a while permits for exceptions, okay, but they're looking to do this for 9 or 8 months straight every weekend. How is that not circumventing the licensing process? The fact that the person that has this building and owns it is already licensed means they could be doing it themselves.
Let me
And
put
they
it this
do
way.
do-
Let Ms. John, let me put it this way. If this place wasn't licensed, the applicant would still be here. Because they're, as the chairman pointed out, they're essentially applying to use this place year-round, every weekend.
They're
So
not
we
the
would be,
only,
so we would be telling them, you need to get a license there. You can't keep using permits. I have a question about the relationship between the farm winery and the on-premise licensee. Because in the supplemental submission, there was a comment about the winery offering several catering options to customers. So I'm not understanding, is the farm winery the one saying these are the caterers you can use?
they do provide some caterers, but customers can also come in and ask for their own caterer to provide. You know, for example.
So the farm winery is recommending certain on-premises licensees to use.
They do recommend, they're not exclusive, but if somebody asks, these are places that have successfully held events there in the past, so
Well,
they
then
do
why-
recommend some.
Why in the submission does it say that there are few other caterers that are offered to customers? That sounds as though the winery is only saying, these are the caterers you can use. Because I can tell you, nobody else is applying for permits there. It's only this caterer.
We have a few others who have, worked with us in the past that are technically still allowed. However, we don't recommend them because we've had poor feedback from clients. So that is why we put in the statement about having only a few that are recommended.
But when you say allowed though, so you're only allowing certain licensed retailers there.
We have a list of recommended folks that we prefer that clients use because we know they will have a good result, that the caterer will provide quality, not try to bend the rules, do things appropriately. So that's
And
why
is
we try to.
there any contractual relationship between the farm winery and the caterer?
There's no contract in place, no.
So how are you paid?
We bill out for whoever uses the venue for the day.
And that's it, just for the venue?
Correct.
Because I see on their menu that they're buying.
That's why the
Blue Barn.
caterer has a license, because they're buying the food and beverage from the caterer and paying the caterer. They're renting the event space from the licensee of the farm winery, but the food and beverage is being provided by and paid for to the caterer. The caterer provides the alcohol, the food, and the employees to run the space and the event.
So where's the caterer getting Blue Barn cider and Blue Barn beer?
From purchasing from Blue Barn or from distribution.
So they're not buying any alcohol from you?
They're buying it at wholesale and selling it at retail.
That
They're
wasn't the
buying-
question.
Are they
I
buying
don't
any
understand what the
alcohol?
question is.
Are they buying any alcohol from the cidery or the on-premise licensee that is the cidery?
Not the on-premise licensee, they're buying it from the wholesaler. They're buying it at wholesale under their retail license.
Are they
They're
buying
not
it
buying
from
it from the retailer, the retail license, no, they're buying it from the
okay,
farm
is the
winery.
Okay, is the caterer buying the products from the farm winery directly?
Did you buy any of their products?
Yes. Well,
Event specific.
If a customer were to want one of their products, then yes, they would buy them from their wholesale side. Other than that, he purchases the alcohol through his regular wholesale channels.
correct.
I mean, I gotta be honest with you, this is a problem. There's no reason that they can't be the concessionaire and you do the alcohol. You're already licensed. Right now, we
As a
have two
concessionaire.
licenses. We have two licenses operating out of the same building, and it makes no sense.
But as a concessionaire, he doesn't get the bar package, so he's not allowed to sell the total package to his client.
Well, that's correct, but that's the cost, of her having a license there already.
The farm winery isn't using the space while the caterer is using it. Is that correct?
That's correct. They use it on alternate dates for other events.
And you're telling me right now that you have 67 weddings or events planned?
Yes.
We have more than that. Oh. I'm
So
sorry, we
how
have
many-
more than that total number for the year, and those are just the clients who have elected to use this caterer.
Well, let me ask the caterer. How many events do you plan on doing at this venue for the rest of the year?
Approximately 70.
You do any at your own place?
We're strictly off premises, an off premises caterer, and I think we apply for somewhere around 200.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait,
We-
you don't do any, wait, hold on for a second. You have a licensed premises.
Yes, he does.
we hold,
Let me answer the question. You have a licensed premises.
we do,
Do you do events there?
we do.
Then why'd you just say you're strictly off premises?
The majority of our business is off premises.
And the size of the parties.
We do a lot of off premises events. We have an event there on premise at our facility.
Okay, well,
In Avon, New York.
that's not what you just said a minute and a half ago.
When was your last event at your premise?
We have one in 2 weeks there. On
When was
March
your
8th.
when was your last one?
We do. I can't give you a date.
Well, can
It
you
was
give me a
this
month?
year. It was this year. The first quarter is always slow. We do events, the 70 events that I talked about at Blue Barn are from May until October. It's the wedding
Well,
season.
how many events are good for the rest of this year? How many events are you planning at your venue?
Depends on bookings.
Well, how many events do you have booked right now at your venue? If you already have 70 events booked at the farm winery, how many do you have booked at your venue?
I can't tell you that number. A dozen, maybe.
How do you not know this?
We do 500 events a year, and the majority of them are off-site. We have a small event space at our facility, and we do the majority of our business. is
how small is it?
off-premises catering business.
How small is it?
50 people?
She got that answer right.
Yeah, but it's,
Alcohol too.
but that makes no sense. Like, why would she do
Because
that?
she doesn't want to do it.
So
It's not illegal. I can't hold it against
No, it
her.
is.
It's
So
the
I have
reason,
to
the
do
reason,
license.
Commissioner Ford, the reason this was submitted up here is that in the view of the licensing board, they're circumventing getting their own license. They're here so often, right? If this was an unlicensed premises, we would have denied the applications right immediately. It's one thing for multiple caterers to be using a venue a lot, but we don't see this that often.
I've never seen this. As far as it being licensed.
Right, I think it used to happen and was not brought to anybody's attention. Now that we have the more limited guidance about how often you can get permits, caterers permits at the same location, you may see more of these. But this is the most I've seen by one licensee at one location.
So how often are you using your own license? How many events are you doing? For the
So
establishment? Yeah.
my staff do all of the events Monday through Thursday, and then on also the weekends that aren't booked. In addition to also working Wednesday through Sunday at the farm winery. So we are personally running into staffing issues with trying to fill in those weekend dates as well.
I know
I'll let
it.
them do it this year.
I
I'm not
know
letting
it's
them.
annoying.
All
but
right,
don't-
so I mean, here's what I'm willing to do if Commissioner Fan is willing to do it too. This is done. I'm not gonna ruin anybody's wedding for this year, but this isn't happening next year. Because it's not, it's circumventing the licensing. You're not supposed to have two licenses at the same location. I don't know how long this has been going on. It was not brought to our attention until now. But as Tom said, there's no way we would allow someone to use the same facility 67 times, whether it was licensed or not. If it was not licensed, we'd tell you to go get a license. So not only is this licensed, but the person that it's licensed to doesn't want to do the events.
We just offer different services, I guess, like that, I think that's the
Well, then you
practical
need to go,
point.
then she needs to take the license out of it and it needs to be your licensed premise.
And maybe she can add you to her license if you're really the preferred person. Maybe you guys can figure that out, in the
Can they-
next
can
calendar
they do
year.
Can they be a co-applicant and both operate in the space and both be on the license?
It would have to be
Is it-
one license or the other. It can't be the way they're operating now.
But as a co-applicant, if we took the
Yeah.
space,
Well, no, that's not gonna work.
They'd have to set
Why
up
is-
another
why is that?
LLC.
No, it's not gonna work because one's a retailer, one's a manufacturer, there's a tight house issue. That's not gonna
Okay.
work.
All right.
Which
All right,
is
but so-
one of the problems.
So you better work this out next year. I'll approve them for now.
We have to figure out a way to allow that. Because there are
No,
gonna
no,
be more people.
they need to just offer food for,
Yeah,
do their own
she-
events.
She doesn't want to.
No, but that's,
Then-
we don't write the law, unfortunately.
All needs to change.
You're approving the permits that are
Just for this. So
just
this is, these permits and any other permits submitted for this calendar year.
Yeah, it ends 12/31.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
thank you.
Yeah.
All right, next in Buffalo is 347, 1459 HURTEL Avenue, Inc.
Good morning, members. My name is Jacob Pierkowski. I'm here with my client, the applicant Adria Sortino, and the liquor license consultant, Bob Heil.
Go ahead.
We're here as a result of a 500-foot hearing. I take into account what was said prior to the start of this meeting. There were some items put in that probably needed more explanation. The simple reality here is that this.
One thing you're correct about, you were the prime example of why I brought that message up.
Understood.
I don't know if it's you or your colleagues or whoever, but somebody put in the 500-foot hearing that they were going to have a garage door. I saw the pictures. It's clear there's no garage door.
There's no garage door.
Nobody told the ALJ that. Somebody put in the 500-foot hearing that they were going to have a garage door that was going to open onto the street with music inside, recorded live, DJ, jukebox, and karaoke. The ALJ said, that's not in the public interest. The garage door open and live music blasting out of it. And lo and behold, there's no garage door.
Correct.
I mean, can you imagine how frustrating it is when I have to look at that and then your letter comes in and it says, oh, by the way, there is no garage door. We're not going to do it.
I would think that would be extremely frustrating.
Go ahead.
And then I understand that it doesn't matter. That was not submitted by my office. From what I understand, some of that information in the submission on the 500-foot hearing was put in case there were changes that wanted to be made down the road. My advice to the client is that.
We have a process for that. It's called alterations.
Absolutely, and that's what I advise my client of. There is no garage door. This establishment will run in the exact same manner it has since 2003 when it was originally licensed. It's never had a violation. Nothing will change. We have support from the local councilmen and the local assemblymen. It's the only bar on the street that I'm aware of that has had live jazz music for the last 20 years. It's a neighborhood institution in a lot of ways, and we're just asking that it be licensed.
So the letters that you got from elected seem to contradict your method of operation. The assembly person's letter indicates that you're going to close at 12. You're asking for 4. And as I said, the garage door was not mentioned either, but that's now been clarified. What are the hours?
Well, we are asking to remain open until 4, as is permitted in the county. I don't know why the assemblyman put that in his letter.
Because that's what he was told.
That may be. I'm not sure of that. So we would ask to be able to be open to 4 as we've always been.
And the councilman's letter also is contradictory of the application. That might be because of the garage door, though. Hold on. I guess I'm mistaken about that. All right.
So do you need DJ jukebox karaoke live? You want live music, but
Live music, no DJ, no jukebox, no karaoke. And again, apologies for the confusion there. This is,
and you
I
just
understand the
live,
frustration.
and it's just live acoustic, right?
Yes.
Just live, yeah, jazz music.
And back.
And yeah.
So, and here, I'm sending a message through you, not to you, since you're already here.
Understood.
But you don't ask for DJ karaoke if you're not going to use it. You know why? Because the ALJ sees that and he says you want to be a nightclub and you don't get a temp. If you want it, ask for it. But if you're not going to use it, there's no point in asking for it. You can get it later.
Completely understood.
So let me then just clarify, since it looks like all of this is not accurate. It's closing 5 to 6 times a year or 5 to 6 times a month?
A year.
Annually.
A year for private events and no promoters. Okay. All right,
They're ready to
you
vote.
ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna vote to approve 4 a.m. across the board, live acoustic music and recorded music only, no DJ, no jukebox, no karaoke, no third-party promoter. Premise will close 6 times a year for private events.
Just let me clarify one thing. There's no outside, right? No patio?
Patio's been removed.
Correct.
Okay. All right, I'll approve under the same condition.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Next in Buffalo is 318 RM Reason Inc.
I'm Bob Heil, the consultant with Ron Reason from RM Reason, here to answer any questions you might have.
Good morning, I'm Ronald Reason.
318.
This is fine. You okay with it?
Well, is this a restaurant or just a tavern?
Tavern.
Are the temps, oh, they don't have limitations up there, right? It's just New York
No,
City?
it's,
All right, I'm okay.
And
All
that's,
right, I'll vote to approve.
with
Yep.
respect to the license application, assuming there's no other issue, can licensing act on that then?
Yes.
Okay.
Approved.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. And Nicole, there's no other items in Buffalo, correct?
That is correct.
All right. Thank you. You can sign off.
Great, thank you.
All right. And Paula in Albany, there's no one there, correct?
That's correct, sir.
All right. You can sign off also. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So moving on to New York City. First is 353D, Zombies of Flatbush, LLC.
Everybody looks like they got green on St. Patrick's Day.
Did the move that one, do you think? Oh, yeah, I can screen it. Never mind.
Probably not here. I don't know if he's here yet.
Allegedly availing this from.
Or what?
Allegedly availing the storefront stand.
We don't know.
Yeah, Margarita called this one.
What?
Margarita called this one.
Okay.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Robert Romano. I'm here with Josh Kaplan, who is the principal of Zombies of Flatbush LLC. We come to you today. There is a summary suspension on his license on the premise. We're offering you a conditional no contest plea in the amount of $10,000 as satisfaction of the charges.
But what happened here? I know what happened in this event, but what happened? You're pretty clean up until now. Only a minor COVID thing. No, it wasn't even COVID. What was it? 2018.
Right.
What happened?
But do you want to explain with your staff?
Are you referring to the incident?
Just the general, the history. You have a good history up till now, and then it looks like it all fell apart on you.
It was a single incident on in January that was attributed to our space, and was basically we were not aware that there was an issue with bartenders that were apparently not checking every ID, shy of being there myself and serving each patron hand to hand. It was a staffing issue. We've had our returning staff take ATAP, which we can submit after this hearing, and several of our employees were not asked to come back in the event that we will have our license reinstated.
And now you're going to sell the place?
Eventually.
We have an ongoing issue with our landlord over COVID arrears. We're not exactly sure how that's going to play out, but our intention is, assuming that won't be able to be resolved, to more or less wind down the business, move our inventory that we have, and eventually vacate the space. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got to, the council's office is asking to withdraw 4 and 23.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure your behavior on the night of was due to ignorance, and that your lawyers made you aware that if the police come in, the bar doesn't have the right of privacy, your house does.
We are aware, yes.
Okay. All right.
I'll accept 10,000.
I'll accept.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is 350 65 Wall Holdings LLC.
This is morning again. Robert Romano, 65 Wall Holdings LLC. This is conditional no contest plea in the amount of $1,500.
I'm sure you've enlightened them.
Yes, I have.
All right.
All right.
I'll accept.
I'll
Thank you.
accept 1,500.
Thank you very much.
We're still waiting for
Yep.
the interpreter.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Next is 311 La Rubia Raw Bar LLC.
Good morning, Chairman, Commissioners, and Council. And yes, my name is Harry Callion. I'm the attorney for La Rubia Raw Bar LLC. This is the principal, Andre Diaz. That's a preliminary matter. Thank you for the clarification earlier regarding the 500-foot rule hearings. Clarification
I
is
don't know
greatly
if you would have
appreciated.
been eligible. You're in a new hotel, right?
This would not have been eligible. It was not previously licensed.
But he did get a no public interest.
Right.
You wouldn't have been here. Meaning it would have been, it would have been done, this license would have been approved administratively and it would not have had to come here.
Yes, sir. They were approved unanimously by the community board with stipulations, which they
You okay
executed.
with all the
Yep,
steps?
yep.
All right, I'm going to vote to approve Sunday to Tuesday, 11, Wednesday, Thursday, midnight, Friday, Saturday, 2 a.m. No backyard, no lounge, no tavern, no sports bar, no dancing, no live music, no promoted events, no cover fee events, no scheduled performances. Sidewalk will end by 11. Bathroom waiver is acceptable. Why do you need a bathroom waiver?
Well, the bathrooms are located in the hotel, so
How many do you got?
I think there's 6 bathrooms. There's a path of travels within the administrative code.
Then they have to
that's
go
compliant.
upstairs, right? They have to
Yes,
go up
correct.
a flight of stairs.
Okay,
I'll vote to approve under the same conditions.
all right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Next is 324 Syracuse Liquor Inc.
You okay?
3.
You can just go ahead and introduce yourselves.
All right, good morning, members. Alexandra Becker from Whiteman, Osterman, and Hannah on behalf of the applicant Syracuse Liquor Inc. With me is Viral Patel, the licensed principal. We're here this morning on a removal application for a package store in Syracuse. It is a removal within the same plaza. My understanding is that there's no opposition to this application and would merely, without having any impact on the nearby stores, give our client the opportunity to provide a better store for their customers and to expand their ability for storage. We are certainly here to answer any questions that you may have for us.
What year did you buy the store?
2012, I believe?
2012, yeah.
It was a store before that. That guy moved.
Yeah.
He's now, I guess, the closest store to you.
Correct. He had previously been in the space that we are now looking to license, although I believe it was actually a bigger space when the previous licensee had it.
I'm good.
All right, I'm gonna vote to approve.
I'll vote to approve as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming in.
Next is 344 Westhampton Liquors Inc. I guess your opposition, Mr. Lynn?
You sign this in?
Is the
Yes, I
applic-
did with the opposition.
Is the applicant
Is the
here?
applicant here?
Westhampton?
Westhampton?
Yep.
He's waiting for his lawyer.
Okay. All right, we'll
Okay,
call it
we'll
back.
call it again.
Second call.
Thank you.
Sorry for that.
Yep. 276, that's 12710 Kitchen Corp, Escape Kitchen and Lounge. Did no one sign this in? 276 Escape Kitchen and Lounge. Okay. Mr. or is it Curtin? Curtin? I don't even know.
There's nobody here from Escape Kitchen and Lounge? Is that, hold on.
Maybe
for a
they
second.
respond if Tom says it.
Let me just check to see if that's the actual.
12710
Yeah,
Kitchen Corp.
I'm just checking to see if that's the principal or not. Or a principal.
Okay, next.
All right,
Go ahead, Donald.
want to do next?
Yeah.
All right, so next we're signed in together, 305 and 306, Master Catering Hall.
That's the principal.
That is the principal?
Yeah.
Good morning, Robert Sweatman. If I come up.
305 and 306.
I had not prepared the application on this, but when Ms. Saldana received the deficiency letter, she realized that the expediter she had retained basically had created confusion and not given a full explanation. what this was there was a catering hall which had been owned and operated by a, I don't want to call him a husband, but somebody she had a child with years ago.
Are you representing both applications?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. They obviously, they had a falling out, they separated, he walked away from everything. She had invested some of her money there and was operating them on a day-to-day basis.
Well, it was their money, wasn't it? The money invested was a joint account.
Well, when I say some of hers, okay, but they were
When
not
you start saying
married.
him and her, can you just start using names? Because it's confusing.
Okay.
So you're talking about the prior licensees.
The prior licensee who was apparently suspended or
Whose name is?
I believe it's Martyrs, make it Adamus?
Yes.
Adamus,
And she's Kathy Saldana Rodriguez?
correct.
Good morning.
And her father is Roberto Rivas, who's here also.
So how are you related to the prior licensees?
She's not.
Directly to my. The prior people.
She's not.
She's not related
I
to the
mean,
prior.
at one point, she had a social, physical, whatever you want to say, relationship with them. Years ago, they split.
Well, they share a child, you just
They
said.
share a child, but there's not,
That's
she's
a
not,
relationship.
well,
Oh,
but she's
okay.
not related, you know.
It's gonna be a long one. All right. So how are you related to the prior licensee? Is father your child?
We share a child. We're
Okay.
no longer together. Back in those days, we were couple, I could say, that way.
Well, when did it end? Because he applied for the license in 2018, so that's not really back in those days.
No. For the catering hall that he has before, he had it since 2016. We split over back in 2018, I will say by September 2018,
And where is he now?
living his life.
But you don't have any idea, is he in America? Is he?
Oh, no, he's in America. He's working, but
So you're applying for the liquor catering license. And who's applying for the wine catering license?
my father, which is Roberto Che.
That's your father?
Yes.
Right, and-
Why is he doing only wine when it's,
May I explain that?
yeah, because it's
Okay.
very close.
Okay, so next to the catering hall, I own a restaurant also.
Which catering hall?
Next to
Mas-
his?
Yes, Master Catering Hall 1542. So I'm the owner of a restaurant there. He's applying only for wine and beer because we only do it on the catering hall, like birthday, baby showers and things like that. Like that, I could also secure it that only having beer and wine will not affect my business next door. So I could be able to take care of both business.
But it's not your business.
What it is, let me just, what it is that one of them is for smaller events, one of them is for larger. What happened is that when her former paramour, whatever, was leaving, there was money due the landlord. She wanted to stay there, continue the business, went to her father for money. Father was concerned about this guy coming back in the picture.
As am I.
And basically, excuse me, can I
need
finish?
to back up a second. You're saying that you don't want his catering business to impact your business. But right now, you only have a tavern wine license.
In my restaurant?
Yeah.
Yes, for now.
So how does that, I know you applied for a class change.
Yes.
But right now, it wouldn't have any impact because you're both selling, neither one of you can sell liquor.
It doesn't have it now, but I'm hoping that the next time I will get my liquor license for my restaurant, which is already submitted, and I'm hoping for a long-term
But
business.
if he's a catering establishment, how does it impact your tavern?
Again, I didn't submit it. His place is for small, excuse me, let me
But
respond.
he said it though. Why can't she answer the question?
Because his place is for smaller events, and I assume when they submitted it, they discussed that
We
beer.
don't, see, that's when you start saying assume, I don't want to assume. The problem here is, and the way I see this, because there was a problem last time, that the person that was licensed, who does have a relationship with her, whether she wants to call it father of my child who's out of my life or whatever, they're co-parents. He decided that he wasn't going to be a catering establishment. He decided he was going to have parties. which is a huge problem now in New York City. Because all these places are having parties. That's not what this license is for. It's not, my opinion, that's what the statute says. So if that's the direction you're going in, you're going to not only lose both of these, you will lose your bar.
May I say something, please?
Yeah.
All I'm asking the members is to give me a chance to prove to you guys, which I've been doing it for the last 4 years with my license that I currently have, to let me work and do private parties. Don't judge me for whatever this person did before there, because that's not my work.
Why aren't
Judge
you
me for
applying,
more work.
why aren't you applying for the spot your father has?
Why am I applying? Well, I have to work in my restaurant, and we're gonna move on to my other catering home. So I'm getting support from my father that he could be there and also supervise the work.
What's he do now? Let me talk to him.
I will. Can I
Yes, you know,
translate?
you need a translator.
I could be his translator, or you could call a translator.
What's he do now for work?
Okay, he's working in maintenance Monday to Friday, and then he supervises the events when we have, like, because we only have events Friday, Saturdays, and
Who's
Sunday.
planning the events?
How to plan it there.
On
And
both of them or just his?
not only this, and decorate the place too.
You're managing and decorating the place?
No, decorating basically and.
Do we have a personal questionnaire for you?
Yes, you-
Yeah.
How is he related to you?
We're not family.
We
we're not
we
related.
don't have any relation, friends, you can say.
Okay.
And how are you doing all this with the amount of money that you've invested in it? Which is
asking
very,
me?
very little, yeah.
A question?
On your,
Okay.
on the one that is yours.
Okay, master catering home, the master, or his?
The
No,
master.
yours.
Mine? Okay, how did I get the place?
No, you've invested 8,500, your
No, no,
rent.
no,
Okay.
hers is
The other one.
14.5, and the rent is 4,500.
I could answer
Go
that.
ahead.
Okay, with that little bit of money, we do have a good relationship with the landlord. So the only thing we did is pay her the difference. She increased a little bit the rent, and we just pay her the difference for that. Because the place, it was already there. We don't have to make any improvements or anything like that.
Yeah, but you have to hire workers, you have to buy insurance, you have to, like, the amount you have invested doesn't even open the doors. You have to buy liquor.
The doors were open.
We don't have to buy liquor because we don't have liquors.
Well, whatever you have to buy to stock your
Wait, wait,
place.
you're
I'm
gonna
sorry.
have, no, you're not understanding the chairman's question. You're gonna have liquor, okay? You're saying your total investment is $14,500. Let me finish.
Oh,
okay?
that's the other one.
You're,
That's
It doesn't matter which one we're talking about,
Okay.
they're both too low.
Okay. On the first one, they put that amount of money there, which I did invest more when I was with Martinez Adames, and my financial sheets are there because all the investment came out from our joint account. After he's gone and I decide that I will be taking in charge of the business, the only thing what I did with the landlord at 1710.
we need to back up because you're confusing the finances.
Okay,
Okay? Of your place and your father's place.
okay, so
Your application says you're investing $14,500.
The expediter filled in what she had invested.
Can I finish now? All right? Your rent is $4,500. All right? So it's $7,000 to purchase the business,
There was no purchase.
$3,000 for renovations,
it's not.
$4,500 for miscellaneous. So it doesn't even mention the rent.
There's no purchase of the business.
I'm looking at the form that she submitted. Purchase of the is $7,000.
Did you purchase it or not?
No, I didn't purchase the business because the business was already mine.
Did you read your application before you handed it in?
Yes, I did.
Well, the application indicates you did purchase it.
I understood.
Which is why she doesn't have the expediter standing here with her, because she realizes that they didn't explain things
Well,
properly.
why wasn't anything amended then? Before we get to this part, why wasn't the application amended?
The issue is, it was interpreted as to what she had invested.
No, just the one.
And it was called Master Hall before?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what it was called before.
What was it called?
Yeah, it was called Master Hall Corp.
Right, and basically, again, it was, this gentleman's involved, she was involved, she wants to, she has been carrying it on for the past 4 years. One of them is smaller groups, and one of them is larger groups. That's why they share similar type of menus. An executive chef is the same. And it's basically depending upon what size your group is, which is where they would try to, I don't want to say steer you, but recommend that you use.
Who is Roberto Rivas? Is he here?
Yeah, he's standing right here.
Who's steering them to either place?
Well, if somebody comes and they come to.
Where?
Let me, Mr. Donahue, why don't you let someone finish, please? If somebody comes to either place and that place is not the right size, they will be told there's this other location they can go to which can accommodate their group better. So if they go to the master and they only want 30 people or 40 people, they're going to be saying, our room is much too large. There's master catering hall, which we have, and that's why they had the same number. So it doesn't sound like they're just turning the people away a few blocks away, which has rooms more your size. If they go to master catering hall and they say we need 100 people, they're going to say we can't accommodate that. However, there's the master catering, which is a few blocks away. You go take a look there.
So one business owned by one person is going to send business to a business owned by somebody else.
Correct. It's family, and it's similar. That's why they have similar menus, etc.
You guys just look at the history of 1314157 Tavern Wine.
131 what?
1314157.
How is she going to stop that?
It's right here. There's her.
They have
address right here.
no security, at least that I can tell. DJs on a stage and no dancing. Who's going to stop the dancing?
We don't have a place. The stage that we have there is for the decoration. That's where we set up the main decoration for the baby shower of the birthday. We don't have a dancing floor.
Well, it was used as a DJ stand for the last guy.
I don't know about the last guy, but we have a stage to do the setup.
So you have no security?
Yes, we do have a security, and we have, it stays there that we have a security company.
No, it
that is-
doesn't say.
One security guard.
One security guard, and my dad, that is usually on the floor.
But he's at his other place. He's at his place.
Are we talking about
Your place.
my place is gonna have security guard, and it's gonna be supervised.
Both of these have temps or no?
No.
So you've been running them or no?
Yes, there's catering halls.
So they have been taking events already
For, I guess, 4 years. She's been running it.
for years.
4 years.
You've been running both of these catering halls by yourself for 4 years without alcohol?
The three of us. Well, remember there is a time.
So that the reason that,
we closed on the
so you've been
pandemic.
running them, the three of you together. This is the problem.
Okay.
One, the guy who clearly has some type of former relationship with you
Please do.
ran
not
it
go
exactly
beyond
as he should not have and was instructed not to. Now you're telling us, which I was not aware of, that the three of you have been running these two catering halls without alcohol for 4 years.
that. Yes, we are. And let me tell you
Yet,
how.
why is one on one license and one on another?
Okay, we've been running it since we got it for the last 4 years. Like almost 1.5 years, we were closed because of the pandemic. Now what we doing is our small events, first birthday, baby shower, things like
You're not
that.
answering my question.
When, as I said,
I'm asking her.
okay,
Go ahead.
I don't know if she understands your question, though.
She does.
I see the
Why are we, you're running it together now for the last 4 years, both places? You understand that?
Yes, I understand that.
Why are we splitting it up now? Why is he on one license and you're on the other? Why not have both of you on both licenses?
Because I need to get support from my father to make sure that
He can
everything is-
support you. He
Why-
can
why-
support you.
I mean, it's sorry for my English.
Why
Go
does
ahead.
your father have his place? Why is it in his name, his lease and everything else in his name? How'd that come about?
I don't want to know how it came about. I want to know why.
The
All right.
reason why is to make sure that he's on the list and that he's there for me as a father.
He's already been there for you for 4
But
years.
He's working with me and he's supervising the place. He will be there present.
But
when
why,
we're
so
doing
why
events.
not both of you on both licenses?
He owns the smaller place.
He owns the most.
Am I not being clear here?
I don't follow.
The question is, she's on one license by herself, right? We got that.
Which is her premises,
We
right?
have that. You have that. You understand me?
Right,
He's on the other license by himself.
right.
Over the last 4 years, they've been doing this together. Both places, is what she just told me.
She's, yes, okay.
So then why are we splitting them up now?
We could try to combine them, but the father's place, okay? When he put up money, when this other gentleman was going out of the picture, he wanted to make sure he couldn't come back in because he didn't know how his daughter, so therefore, he's on the lease. It's his place. He runs
So
it
that explains one. Why is he not on the other?
because he was never involved. That was
She
hers
just
all
told
along.
me they ran it together.
Well, wait, he's
Well,
not
well,
on,
Not
he's
even
not on the
the
lease
big
yet.
one.
Because we're waiting for a rider to the lease.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mr. Val.
Oh, wait, oh, no, the lease is in his name.
Right.
It's not in the business name.
Restaurant
yet.
is right next
That's
door
what
to
it
his
is.
place,
Can I-
and they don't want to.
So you've
They
had
don't wanna be
any
on both
alcohol here
licenses.
for,
They're next to
for
each
going
other.
back 4 years?
No, we don't have any alcohol.
Nobody brings anything in, nothing?
No, that's why we are
Does that mean she doesn't get?
not open to get that much of parties because not everyone is willing to make an event without having beer.
Yeah, but it's already all messed up.
No, it's fine. I just know what's going to happen.
Please,
There's
just-
nothing wrong. You can set it up this way, but it makes absolutely no sense based on what you just told us. And
Mr. Riley,
I know what's going to happen. And I'm going to tell you now that you are going to be, I'm going to give you this, but you are going to be in front of me within the next 2 years, and I'm going to reluctantly have to take all 3 licenses.
I wouldn't know.
That's what I'm telling you, because you have this set up thinking you're protecting your other place, and you're not. And I want to tell you that right now, you're not. So if you go down the road that your former partner went down, even once, you're going to end up losing all 3 of them.
Understood.
I'm going to vote to approve.
So for both of them, 305 and 306 approved?
That's why it's happening like this, because you think if your father owns one, that you're not going to lose both of them, and you are.
Commissioner Fan?
Yeah, I'm gonna vote to approve on both of these two, but I want to flag the other one. I want to flag
Corporate, the class change?
the class
Okay.
change of the.
You want that to go to the full board?
Yes.
So that would be 305, the Master Catering Hall Inc.
No, that's, she's talking about the class change.
Oh, the class change.
This is her TW too, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you both.
Thank you.
All right. So we have an interpreter here now, so I'm going to pull a few out. Next is 316 and 317, Casa Rubio Restaurant Inc. All right.
Good morning, how are you? Ricardo Alcaraz for the records, interpreter.
We have an interpreter?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
right
there's
there.
one right there.
Robert.
Oh, you're the interpreter, okay.
Been here enough time, you should
He's our
recognize.
superstar.
I just speak
interpreter.
English poorly.
I needed somebody for that last.
Thank you. Robert Romano for Casa Rubio Restaurant Incorporated, and I'm here with Juan Romero, who is the principal. This is a request for reconsideration on a no contest plea. We come today offering an offer of $15,000 as satisfaction of the open charges. Mr. Romero, as you can see from submissions that I believe were made prior to my.
What's his music? What music? I'll just hold on one second.
Sure.
What music is he permitted to have? Because he's not getting the message.
No, well, what he's doing is a number of things. He has installed over $50,000 of soundproofing, which according to the New York City Police Department has worked, because in their letter of November 22nd, they state that there have not been any complaints whatsoever since that soundproofing had been installed. He is also looking at this point, he will not be taking this restaurant, this business significantly further into the future, as there is currently an application. My understanding is it's an application by his, I'm not sure if it's still your wife or ex-wife.
No music.
Right, which happened over 20 years ago when they applied.
Well, but so it's no music.
Right, right. And
So he doesn't even have background music?
No, back there, do it, no music.
there was nothing on the license when he had been operating for 20 years, apparently, has become a fixture in the community and.
Well, that's not
Yeah.
true, because he came here in 2019 on a noise complaint and paid $1,500. So he
Right.
was told then he wasn't allowed to have music, I'm sure.
Right.
And then he came again in 2020. Failure to conform, I'm sure that was a DJ, one of them. Can somebody confirm that for me?
Looking it up now.
And I'm sure he was told then he wasn't allowed to have music.
Well, he's got a history going back to when he first opened up.
Right, and he is getting more involved in his
No,
foundation.
but my question is,
Right.
how many times do we have to tell him no music?
No.
You understand this?
Solo una vez.
Only
Solo-
once, he said.
We only have to tell him once? Well, can someone just confirm that he was told twice?
I can't open it.
No,
But you understand
Yeah, I
there's no
understand.
music.
Okay, yeah. I understand, pero solo una vez se me tiene que decir. Ellos dicen que vinieron 2 veces.
It says that in only once he was notified, not music.
When?
En septiembre.
September.
Septiembre de 2020.
So he doesn't remember paying $1,500 because the place was too noisy back in 2019?
Que pagué 1,500. ¿Para qué? ¿Para qué?
Yeah, those 1,500 were accounted for for what?
Noise, music.
Es posible que sí lo
It's
hice.
possible that I did.
How about the 135 311 calls that the police came to talk to him about? None of that had anything to do with noise and music?
¿Cómo es?
It was a DJ?
Siempre las llamadas que se hicieron de noise complaint.
Always
fue
the
un-
calls were made as a complaint.
Fue una sola persona
It
en
was
todo
only
el
one
neighborhood.
person. in the
Yeah.
entire
Y yo
neighborhood.
nunca supe.
And I never knew.
That's all it takes. And then he paid 20,000 in 2020 for having a DJ, which I'm sure we told him wasn't permitted.
¿Cómo es?
20,000
in 2020 for having a DJ.
20,000 por tener un DJ en el 2020.
No,
Well,
yo
now he has
entiendo que
background
fue
music
por el
online.
distanciamiento.
Sí.
Que en el 2020.
They gave him more than
La
that.
pregunta es que 20,000 fue el assessment que le hicieron en el 2020 por.
Pero no entiendo que no por DJ, sino por
You understand that was not
problema
about the
de
DJ. it was
problema
about
de COVID y
the
el
COVID
distanciamiento.
problem.
No, he got a summary suspension. It was about a DJ, among other things.
I believe what I believe would be a reasonable solution to the situation. He's offering 15,000. His license is expiring April 2024. His wife, soon to be, I believe, ex-wife, is applying right now. You could limit him to the non-renewing because he's leaving the
No, I'm
business.
not doing that because that's, this
Okay, he is-
law doesn't work
She was the
out.
licensee here before with the disciplinary history.
Well, let's just move on. All right.
Corporate change.
All right, I'm gonna say yes to reconsideration. I'm gonna take the 15,000.
And I'm going to do the same. You cannot have music.
No music.
Or apply for change, just change it.
I want to hear you say yes. You understand?
Yes.
Okay.
And they.
For us to send people out to have to shut your restaurant down is an enormous piece of work for us to have to do.
Sí,
I don't want to have to do that.
okay.
Say, understand.
Okay, entiendo.
Thank
We
you.
understand.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to
Thanks for
everybody.
coming
Have a
in.
nice day.
All right. Mr. Alcaraz, we have a couple more.
Stay.
So, yes, please. So next is 332 Copas Bar Lounge Corp. Sanchez.
332.
332.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Altagracia
Her name is Altagracia
Sánchez.
Sanchez.
Good morning. My name is Frederick Osenza, of counsel to the office of Robert Osuna, the attorney of record.
332. How did you end up here? This is a default.
Yes.
Oh, we told her to come back, all right.
Come back with representative.
Do we have evidence that this was received? Have you seen what she's charged with?
Yes, I have.
She didn't really understand it, so I asked her to go get an attorney twice.
We came in a little bit at the last minute, but my understanding is.
All right, I'm going to send this back anyway. It doesn't matter. So you go try to work something out with them.
Very good. Thank you. That's appreciated.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, and next that needs an interpreter, 321, 2358 Meat Corp. They're also combined, same principles, 322, 183 Meat Corp, unless you want to pull those out together. So 321 and 322.
I'm sorry, I hate to do this. I just need a couple
All
minutes.
right. All right. We're going to take
Sorry.
a 5-minute break.
We're gonna take a brief recess, and then we'll be back. Sorry. Be off the record. All right, we're back on the record after a brief recess. Again, we're on 321, 2358 Meat Corp. And 322, 183 Meat Corp.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday.
321 and 22?
Yes.
Or 23, you mean?
No.
321 and 322.
It's this same applicant for both.
Yeah. Did you already introduce yourself and your client?
I introduced them. Can I go?
Yeah,
I was
go
waiting. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
My name is Sandra Lai from Team CO Group. Next to me, I have Ms. Maria de la Cruz, Mr. Sergio Fernandez, from both owners of 183 Meat Corp. And 2358 Meat Corp.
So how are you guys related to each other?
We're not related.
You're just business partners?
Yes. Correct.
And you have a series of these grocery stores. How many other licenses do you have together?
Can I answer for them?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So Ms. Maria de la Cruz has been working for Mr. Sergio Fernandez for 20 years now in the grocery business. Mr. Sergio Fernandez is licensed in other grocery stores.
Okay.
¿Qué otras licencias tienes? Las otras licencias que tienes.
Pioneer, the 120,
¿Otra?
2400.
¿Una más?
2400.
Solo uno, ¿no?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just one more. Pioneer.
So he has one other license?
Correct.
On his own?
Yes.
But he was availing this one.
No. He has 3 licenses.
I'm sorry, 3 licenses. Pioneer. I don't have his sister.
He had a license in the past that was surrendered. He
Correct.
has 3 current licenses.
Correct. And then these 2 that we're applying for again.
And what was the reason he was availing?
I mean, they take full responsibility, as I wrote in our statement, but unfortunately, the attorney of record failed to submit the application on a timely basis. And
Well,
the-
even timely, it wouldn't have mattered. The minute he starts selling beer, which sounds like he did immediately,
So-
it still would have been availing.
So the transition between old owners and new owners is about 6 months. Between.
Yeah, but see, that might work because somebody's teaching the business or anything, but the transition happens on a day that the deal closes.
Okay.
That's when
Fair.
the transition is.
Fair.
All right. I'm good.
Okay. I'm going to vote to approve on both of them.
Thank you.
Karen Bradley?
I will as well. And, you know, the risk here is if he does this again and we revoke, he loses all of them.
No, I understand that.
Make sure he understands that.
All right. So they've been approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Alcaraz, thank you as well for your services. Next is 295 TADIA Corp.
Yes.
We should make him a commissioner.
Sí, por favor.
So you're done, you're good.
Gracias.
Thank you. So 295.
Again, for the record, Sandra from Team Sierra Group. We would like to request to send it back to council's office, please.
I didn't hear a word you said.
I would like to request to send it back to council's office.
Based on
With-
what?
So this.
Open case.
Oh, I see. You represent them on the other open case?
Correct.
That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine.
So return to council's office.
Is there dancing on that other open case? Then listen, I don't dislike dancing, but you just have to tell us about it. I don't dance, but. All right, send it back to council's office. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Irish river dancing. Nick? All right, so I'm going to call back up 344 Westhampton Liquors, Inc.
Neil Trivedi for Westhampton Liquors, Inc. I have Mr. Patel, the principal of
Westhampton Liquors, Inc., where this is a package liquor store looking to open up at 8486 Old Riverhead Road in Westhampton Beach. You want to hear from objections?
Yeah, for Mr. Lynn, thank you. Can you guys just get closer to the microphone? I'm having trouble hearing you, which means the microphone's probably not picking you up.
Is the microphone working today?
You can probably hear me. Charles Lynn for the opposition. With me today from KP Westhampton Wine Shop is Carl Manson. He's the manager. And that's a store at 171 Montauk Highway, Westhampton Beach. And also with me today from 62 Sunset Avenue Liquors at 62 Sunset Avenue is Paul DeVerna. He's the licensee principal. And I also represent Six Corners East Liquors, which is at 165 Mill Road, Westhampton Beach. And that individual was unable to come today. All three of these stores are within the village of Westhampton Beach. As far as proximity, KP Westhampton Wine Shop is 2,146 feet from applicant, approximately 0.4 miles. Six Corners East Liquor is approximately 0.8 miles from the applicant. And 62 Sunset Avenue at 62 Sunset Avenue is 1.5 miles away from the applicant. Westhampton Beach is an incorporated village in the town of Southampton on the south shore of Long Island with a population of about 2,200 with over 1,000 vacation rentals in this resort area. Access to the area is served by Sunrise Highway, which is a major artery to the western parts of Long Island. The village is also served by Montauk Highway, a two-lane road which runs from New York City to Montauk. Montauk Highway serves as the main street of many towns and villages along the south shore of Long Island. Westhampton Beach is a family-oriented resort. All three of my clients' stores, again, as I say, is within the village of Westhampton Beach. The spike in the summer resort community is basically a 4-month period each year between Memorial Day and Labor Day. There's been no gentrification in this area, no recent commercial or residential construction. In addition, right along Montauk Highway at 285 Montauk Highway, 3 miles away, 534 Montauk Highway, 4 miles away, and 509 Montauk Highway, 4.5 miles away, are additional liquor stores. These liquor stores are more than enough to service the community. As to gross sales, there were significant increases in the gross sales from the 2020 and 2021, which one could relate to the COVID anomaly. The current sales in 2022 are a little greater than pre-COVID, but certainly not significant enough to warrant a fourth liquor store in the community. The only question I have is that whether the board has received all of the gross sales figures, especially for my three stores.
Yes.
Okay.
The fourth one we did not. The fourth closest, I don't think you're representing them.
No, and just the reason for that probably is because this was a weird situation. The license was filed on August 4th of 2022, and the request for gross sales figures wasn't sent out till late January 2023. So there may have been a problem with that, although like I said, at least I have my client's gross sales figures. There's no evidence that the community is not being adequately served by the three liquor stores in the village. Each store has a wide variety of product. They do deliveries and have merchandise and internet service as Drizzly and Mini Bar. There's no discernible evidence that the demand for alcoholic beverages has increased due to a population growth. or reported sales of the current stores. It should be noted that the village of Westhampton Beach, which contains my client's 3 liquor stores, is itself a destination area and affords one-stop shopping to all residents and tourism. Westhampton Beach is not just the pristine beaches and Dane Road with its multi-million-dollar mansions. Lidl is the only supermarket in the village at 70 Sunset Avenue. That's right next to 62 Sunset Avenue Liquors. Also at 71 Sunset Avenue is Justin's Chop Mart, Shop, which is a newly opened butcher, grocery, and seafood market, which has been given great acclaim within the community. Cinderella recently announced that they will be operating close to KP Westhampton Wine Shop at 144 Montauk Highway. KP is at 171 Montauk Highway. There are also multiple fish stores in the village, fruits around in front of KP Liquors, numerous boutiques and other businesses for both the residents and also for tourism in the area. Again, the village with its 3 liquor stores is already well servicing this village and as a destination area providing one-stop shopping. Finally, it should also be noted that applicant in its application says that it's a shopping plaza, but in actuality, it's a strip mall. It's integrated in a row of stores, none of which has an anchor store.
What stores are in that strip mall?
My clients would have to be able to tell you that. Go, you can speak in your mic. Speak
Hi,
up.
my name is Paul DeVerna, Hampton's Wine Shop. In that shopping center, you have a deli, a pizza place. There's an edible arrangements, fruit arrangement shop. I don't know. There's a dry cleaner as well.
Okay. And it used to be a cell phone store?
I believe it's been vacant for a while, but it was a cell phone store at one point.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Finally, is no evidence that the applicant will be supplying any new services or new lines of product not already sold already by my client's existing stores. Based upon all of this, I would request that public convenience and advantage is not served by licensing this applicant.
Okay. Thank you.
The objections, the letters and objections that were submitted, it's pretty normal, typical of already having 3 stores and that new competition is not needed. However, if you look at the gross sales of these 3 stores in 2000 and 2021, it was well over 9 million sales. In 2022, yes, there has been a little bit of a decrease, but still the 3 stores are selling well over 7 million, liquor at the location. There is a very
From 9 million to 7 million?
well, 9 million because it was a COVID during that time, but it has still retained well over.
I don't know what the deal is today. I asked a really direct question.
Yes.
It went from 9 million to 7 million. The only way you got to answer that is yes.
Yes. Yes. So obviously, there has been this indicates a very strong market in the area. It is an additional one more store that gives the customers and the clients varieties of liquor or choices. At the same time, if you look at the 3 locations, and I personally visited the locations, there are freestanding building, which is roughly between 1,000 to 2,000 square feet. There is nominal parking in front and on the side. There are just freestanding buildings without any other businesses surrounding it. My client has already a convenience store that he's operating in the plaza that has an edible, dry cleaning, deli, a paint store that's coming in, and also a restaurant. Right across the store that he's planning to open, there's already a development that opened up in 2014 that has 39 condos that opened up. It's right across the street. Also, recently there has been announced that, let me finish. Also, there has been a subdivision called Country Point Estate that has featured 29 single home family that's going to be opening up and going into construction. And that's beginning, in the spring of 2023. Again, what I said is that my client does not have a freestanding building. These other stores are freestanding building that does not offer any customer advantage or convenience. As far as my client's store is also on the north side of Montauk Highway between Sunrise and Montauk Highway, which goes north and south, which is not a direct competition to the other location. The 3 location stores are south of Montauk Highway. So obviously the traffic pattern is going from west to east. That does not affect it. Currently, with regard to the population, yes, it is a 2,200 families, people living in there. It is not seasonal. You don't call a seasonal business when the business has been growing since May until December. January, February, it can't be just seasonal because look at the volume.
Are you arguing to me that Westhampton is not a seasonal town?
Well, I mean, it's seasonal during summertime, yes. But most of the sales for.
Let's stop there then. Let's examine
For a
that.
liquor store,
But it's seasonal during summertime.
Summertime.
What does that tell you?
there's a greater amount of volume.
Population increases significantly. Correct?
The population, I'm sorry?
Increases significantly during the summertime.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that October, November, and December, you still do not have a good season for a liquor store. The only downtime or down season for a liquor store is January, February, and March, and then it picks up during May till December. As far as the population, over the last 5 years, it has increased a little bit, and it's expected to increase even greater amount in the next 5 to 10 years as more development occurs in that area. That's it.
Got anything else?
No, I don't.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Fan?
As opposition mentioned, there are 3 stores in the village that's probably adequately serving the population now. They, in my opinion, are more conveniently located than this location is. There is significant drops in sales in 3 of the 4 stores that we have numbers for. I'm going to find no public convenience advantage to add another store in the town of Westhampton and vote to deny.
And just to clarify, she's correct, there is a drop when you take the COVID 2020 bumps that it appears every one of these stores except one have experienced. And I don't hear any new products or services. It's clear that the population is stagnant, so I'm going to vote to deny. I don't see any public convenience and advantage.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Calling back up, so it's told us the principal. 276, 12710 Kitchen Court, Escape Kitchen and Lounge.
No,
Escape
and I'm
Kitchen
against
and
it.
Lounge,
You still have that, please?
13710 Kitchen Court.
What do you do? Just rent it? Can we rent it?
I try.
Yourself or through a real estate?
No, I have a bill.
Good morning, Frank Palillo, and
Jagday Thakurdi.
into the mic.
Jagday Thakurdi.
Into the mic louder.
Jagday Thakurdi.
This is an offer in compromise. I recognize the charge is very serious. I have to note that the occurrence happened, I think, 7 weeks after license issuance. And I think a lot of that has to do with a brand new person that had been licensed before in a brand new business. However, since June of last year, she's operated the business perfectly. Police have been in numerous times and found no issues.
The police have been in numerous times?
Correct. Inspecting the premises.
Any reason why?
Because of the events of June, don't remember the exact date, June of 2022.
So she has food.
She,
Has food.
oh yes,
No hookah.
no hookah. The hookah, Mr. Chairman, was a result of something I'm sure you're familiar with, an unscrupulous expediter who charged her $2,500 to get her a hookah permit, which is really great because I can't do that.
How much?
$2,500,
And gave her a permit that doesn't
fake
exist?
permit, it doesn't exist.
You wanna
And
tell
in
me who
fact,
that-
he's done a lot in Richmond Hill.
You tell me who that is?
No, I don't know his name. Do you know his name?
All right.
You attend the precinct community meeting?
Yes,
You still go?
yes.
I'll take 15,000.
15.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Next is 345, Simmers Wine and Spirits, Inc.
Good morning, Adrienne Hunt from Hunt Law. For the applicant for the alteration application, Siemers Wine and Spirits, Inc., I have with me Jason Siemers.
Yes, 345.
Come over here, it's like- And Jennifer Sferrazza, pardon me. Come over here. Okay. General Manager. And we're here for an alteration. This is a license that's been in existence almost 90 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote to approve.
Thank you.
I'll vote to approve as
Thank
well.
you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Next is 303, American Pizza, Inc.
I mean, are you all right with the paper?
Good, excuse me. Good morning, Chairman Bradley, Commissioner Fan, and all members of the board. My name is Matthew Leone for the applicant, and with me today are Robert Girola Jr. and Robert O'Rourke, are the two principals of the corporation. This is an application for an on-premise liquor license for a bar and restaurant located at 1154 First Avenue in Manhattan.
So who's the fireman?
This is Mr. O'Rourke,
And who's the guy who had the license canceled?
Mr. Girola Jr.
What happened with the cancellation?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so I don't know I remember all the details exactly, but I believe it was underage, right? It was underage.
Well, Chairman.
I think it was part of a negotiation, I was leaving the premises, I think, at that point, so.
Oh, okay.
We surrendered the license, yeah, it was.
Oh, and then took cancellation because you were surrendering. Okay.
Right.
Because it wasn't that bad.
Exactly.
Chairman, you're right. Well, that was on one. There was another one.
The one that he forgot to mention.
The John Street license.
Yeah, the one he forgot to mention in person. Yeah.
Right,
That wasn't canceled though.
that, Chairman, that one was,
Oh, I see.
that one
was
was
the one
canceled.
Yeah, that was just for underage.
That was
But
for
see, they're both
underage.
Minor. I mean, generally they would be fined for those charges. All right.
How do you guys know each other?
Oh, we went to college
together.
Oh, okay.
College roommates.
Nice.
Braver man than me. I'd never get in business with my college.
They do have the community board support, the hours that they're hoping to have is Sunday to Thursday until 2 a.m., Friday and Saturday until 4 a.m. They have operated the business on a temporary permit since April of 2022.
What cross streets is that?
This is first.
63 and 64th.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
Wait, 50.
63rd Street and 64th Street. We're in the middle of the block on First Avenue on the east side.
What used to be there?
That was Honky Tonk.
This?
There's
It was
a
Honky.
lot of bars right there, right?
There aren't that many right now. The block is very desolate. There is Hendrickson's like 2 blocks south. North of us, there's nothing for about 15 blocks. And then there's Baker Street on the corner.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
What's
been there a
next
long
to you?
time. What? Excuse me?
7-Eleven.
Do you have
There
residents?
used to be a
next
7-Eleven, but now it's no longer there, it went out of business. It's a quiet block.
And there's a restaurant right next
There's,
door.
there's Baker Street we mentioned on one side of us, on the other side is Felicia.
No, there's the.
Oh, that's right, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting that. There's also a sushi place right next to it. It's a small little.
There are no residents, right?
No residents, no.
Upstairs.
Upstairs, but on the floor
Right,
above
not
us, there's no
ground level.
residents.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the third floor, so there's nobody above us. We've had no 311 calls or anything
I'm
like that.
thinking about doing 4 AM. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna vote to approve recorded music only, 4 AM across the board. Principals to manage 10 private events a year, no third-party promoters.
I'll vote to approve with the same condition.
Okay.
Did we
Thank you.
miss anything?
All right.
Thanks
good luck.
very much.
Tk you very much, appreciate it.
Next
Oh,
is-
you know,
No, I don't do
Okay.
that ever.
Very good, thanks.
Give them 4 AM, which is
No,
more
he was
than
gonna
what
ask
they
something
asked.
else.
No.
Next is 310 SYITO LLC.
Yes.
Yes.
Thomas Burke from the Law Office of Stacy L. Weiss. With me is one of the applicants, Daisuko Nakazawa.
I don't know what this is. I don't know what the wrong.
What happened was, there was an application previously.
All right.
False state. What was the false statement he put in the last one?
No,
So
I don't see any
They-
false statement.
In the previous application, it was denied because there was a false statement in the.
right.
No,
Denied.
the problem was that the information
Let
given
him tell
to,
me, please. Go ahead.
They told the community board they were applying for the existing, for lack of a better term, storefront,
Right.
when in fact, they were applying for that and the adjacent space.
Okay, so it's just somebody screw up.
Oh, I see.
All right, I'm good.
All right, midnight across the board. I'm gonna adopt all the community board stipulations. I think you know what those are. Midnight, no dancing, no DJ, no live music, no promoted events, no cover charge, no velvet rope, no security guard. Midnight across the board, recorded music only.
thank you,
I will approve with the same condition.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry you have to come here.
Wait outside.
Next is 307 Taste of Tashkent.
Tashkent.
Tashkent, 307.
Once again, Thomas Burke from the Law Office of Stacy L. Weiss. With me is the applicant Arthur Jacoboff. This was a case where Mr. Jacoboff submitted a personal questionnaire. He answered no to question 5D. Have you ever applied in New York State for a license or permit to traffic in alcohol? And he answered no to question 5. Have you ever had a license or permit been revoked or canceled?
Why?
Well, his no to question 5D, he says is a mistake. He didn't, he
Oh,
just,
obviously, it's a mistake.
well, it was his mistake, and obviously
It
it's a
can't be
mistake.
every day that he gets a license canceled, so
Right.
why
Now-
did he
now,
forget it?
okay, so
That's like somebody telling me
No,
they
wait.
forgot they got arrested.
That's the crux of the matter. He was not aware of the cancellation or any problems that this CASA Mangal had.
You didn't know about the summary suspension?
No, he didn't know about that.
He didn't work at the place?
No, he severed all ties with the place in 2018. He sold his,
Didn't tell us.
he sold his interest to his partner.
That's the question I
Okay,
had. Did
right.
he tell us?
He didn't tell us, no. The seller's attorney assured him that he would submit an application for a corporate change. He didn't. He took his money, he walked away.
The hours?
What hours you open?
From 11 to 10,
10 PM?
10 p.m.
Recorded music only?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to vote to approve midnight across the board, recorded music only, no private events, no third-party promoters.
Thank you.
I'll approve with the same conditions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Next is 315 Marie MAKAN, Next Door LLC.
Why is this here?
That's a good question.
A lot of reasons.
Martin Mailer, Mailer Buscemi. Good morning, everyone. This is the owners. Just introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Cedric Van Gersten.
My name is Fadela Lachuba.
And is there anybody here from the community board? Okay.
Basically, the community board, they have
Where's
no.
the third partner?
He's not here today. He's the financial end of this thing. His father is the one that gave him the money. This is the second time they've done that. The first restaurant that they own is 2 doors down. That's why this is Mary Macon next door. The reason the
The
community.
two doors down is the same name?
No, it's way.
No. Well, the first one was Mary Macon LLC. This is Mary Macon next door LLC. And they're going to have different cuisines. But the reason the community board understood that they were closing at 11 and 12 p.m. 11 p.m. and midnight. They understood there's only 20 seats. They understood there's only 5 seats at the bar. They understood that there was going to be nothing except for recorded music. There was not going to be any outside seating or anything of that nature. But they're.
Yeah, I'm going to stop you there.
Okay.
This is a waste of time.
Yeah, and the ALJ voted that there was public convenience and advantage.
Really?
Yeah. Can we just go outside for a second?
We're going to
Talk to council?
Yep, we're going to go to a brief conference with council. We'll be back on the record shortly. All right, we're back on the record after a brief conference with council.
So the community board,
What they would.
had issues, in fact, it doesn't appear they have any issues with you guys.
Exactly.
It appears they have issues that there are vacancies on their streets, which is not really your problems.
Right, and this particular place was empty for 2 years, and they're.
You're both involved in the other restaurant? Yeah. Which obviously is well-renowned. So there's no steps here, right? They just denied?
No, yes, they denied because they want a jewelry store.
During the week, 10:30, 11 o'clock on Thursday, and then midnight on Saturday.
All right, so, okay. I'm going to vote to approve with midnight during the week and 1 a.m. on the weekends. You don't have to obviously be open that long, but, and do your windows open or no?
No.
And you know, any outside in the front?
There is a fire hydrant, so we can't even have,
All
I mean,
right,
it's
so
so small.
That's it.
Just the hours.
I'm gonna clarify, Sunday to Thursday at midnight, Friday, Saturday, 1 a.m.
That's from us. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Good luck.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Next is 314 Valencias Cafe Wine and Tapas Inc.
There was one.
Is that not you?
No,
One of them might have signed in.
I have La Princesa, and then I have.
One of them might have signed in on before you.
College student since 2000.
I have La Princesa, Truth.
The fun there.
So what number are we on?
Donald's checking because of the order they're signed in.
My next
Yeah.
number is with.
The principal signed in before you.
What is
Yeah.
it?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
Sit down.
nothing.
No, sit down.
All right, I'm sorry, then I'll be back.
Sorry, they beat you here.
Okay.
314 Valencias Cafe Wine and Tapas Inc.
Hi there, good morning. My name is Julio Villamar.
314.
All right. What are your hours?
Currently there for 8 to 6.
8 to 6?
Yeah.
The coffee bar, right? You're just a coffee cafe kind of thing?
Correct.
All right, I'm going to vote to approve. I'm gonna do midnight across the board, recorded music only. No private events, no third-party promoters.
I will vote with the same conditions.
All set?
Good luck.
Yep.
All right, thank you very much.
Next is 304 Aloha CRAB of CROSSGATES LLC. That's why no one was in Albany. They all came down here.
It's Sam Park.
Yeah. And Becker came down here too.
My name is Sam Park. I'm the representative. He's the owner. My name is Aaron Singh. We are applying for the on-premise liquors at the restaurant, and then our operation is Sunday through Thursday.
Let me stop you there.
Okay.
This guy would have been on the temp, right, Don?
Yeah.
So, were you here early this morning?
Yeah, he was here.
Yes.
You hear what I said about the 500 foot? Okay.
Why, sorry,
Go ahead.
where were you living in 2016?
New York City.
In New Jersey?
New Jersey?
No, he said
What
New
did
York
you just
City.
say, New York City?
Yeah.
Okay.
Flushing, I guess.
So, but you've owned restaurants in Michigan and in Indiana?
Yeah.
And so you
I-
have people running the restaurants in the other locations? Where are you
Yes.
from?
Huh?
Where are you originally from?
You mean my nationality, where I born? Or?
Doesn't matter. You can,
I
where you.
was raised in Massachusetts. Then, for my family was in New York City. After I got married, my wife, their families are in Indiana.
Okay.
So I went over there, opened a restaurant for them, and
Okay. And now they run it?
yeah.
And what's the relationship with Michigan?
Michigan, because that place was one of my partner, they sold it. I just ran it for a year, then it closed down. Then
And this is a chain, like Aloha Crab is a chain that you have other locations?
but those are all independently owned.
All the other
Yeah.
locations are independently owned by other people?
Yeah.
It's a franchise?
Yes.
This is your first Aloha Crab franchise?
Yeah.
In Albany?
Yeah.
I see. Why'd you pick Albany?
Because it's a bustling metropolis.
I guess the Progress is a good place to
This is
open
like
up,
going
I
to Dave
guess.
and Buster's.
This is in the old melting
Aloha
pot space?
Yeah, the old melting pot place, yeah.
All right, cool.
Texas Day Brazil.
What are the hours?
Hours Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Friday, Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay, I'm going to vote to approve. I'm gonna do midnight across the board, recorded music only.
Thank
I'll
you.
vote to approve with the same conditions.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, thanks for coming in.
Go to Hot Topic and then go to Aloha Crowd.
I know.
Are you planning your weekend or something?
Yeah. 330, next is 331 Prime 116 LLC.
331.
331 Prime 116 LLC.
Okay, there's that was a supplemental.
It was the signed community board tip, I think, right?
Yeah, resolution that we got this morning.
Good morning, members of the authority. Aurelia Tavares, the representative for Prime 116 LLC.
It's the same as these, right?
Yeah.
Pardon?
Just got signed.
Yeah.
No, no.
Sorry, just asking.
I didn't see what that
Is it the
said.
same as this? Can you just double check?
It's
Just check this thing.
It's 12 a.m. Sunday, Monday, right? Tuesday, Thursday, 1 a.m., Friday, Saturday, 2 a.m., karaoke, DJ, and live music.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yes.
Look at these beautiful.
On Sunday to Thursday, the music stops at 11 p.m., right?
I
And
see.
then after that, on Sunday to Thursday, it's recorded music after 11. Okay. And then all music ends 1 a.m., no matter what day.
But none of the music is allowed until there is proof of soundproofing, according to the community board.
Okay. No who?
The location's already soundproof, Chairman Bradley. There are no noise
Then you're
complaints.
gonna need to file the proof of it.
There are no 311 calls or anything. They stated right here in the resolution.
Well, do you see number 5? The applicant must install additional soundproofing in the establishment and provide proof to CB 11
Okay, we'll do so.
board office. You need to do that first. Otherwise, I'm gonna adopt the hours that Tom mentioned. Sunday, Monday at 12, Tuesday, Thursday, 1 a.m., Friday, Saturday, 2 a.m., et cetera, et cetera. And
With the music, Tom, so you got the music ends by 1 a.m. Friday, Saturday? Okay.
So,
I mean, there's 6 things here. I assume you've seen them, sir? Okay.
so the soundproofing gets submitted to the community board and then to us too. Just,
Okay.
just, you send us a copy, that's all.
Send you a copy.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
So it's I approve based on the community board's letter. Okay.
Commissioner Fan?
She already did.
Oh,
you
okay,
approved,
okay.
right?
Thank you, everyone. Have a great
yeah,
day.
yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Next is 309 Nelly's Liquor Store Corp.
309.
309.
Good morning. My name is Carrie Nova. I'm here representing Nelly Liquor Store.
Is he here?
Where's
No,
that?
she's not here. She's out of the country. She'll be here tomorrow.
She'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah, she's not. She had to go to Dominican Republic. So
All right,
her
well, you
return
wanna
date
come
is
back with her? 'Cause not gonna-
322.
22.
322. All right. Thank you.
Welcome.
Next is 353B and 353C Plush 101 Inc.
Good morning, Chairman, Commissioners, Secretary, Council. I'm Canon C. Kearney, Espinosa Kearney Law Group, here on behalf of the licensee, Plush 101, here with the principal, Mr. Carlos Severino. We're here offering a conditional no contest offer, which we have spoken in great lengths with counsel's office about. If you have any questions, we're here to answer them.
This is her second summary suspension.
That is correct, Chairman. The
So
first one.
what have we learned after the second one that we didn't learn on the first one?
Well, the first one, Chairman, was in regards to the COVID-19 pandemic specifics, but specifically to answer your question, my client has already hired new security. My client has also been in contact with the NYPD as well as the fire department. And so my client has done everything, or is continuing to work harder to ensure that the community remains safe.
He didn't figure that was important and after July 10th in 2021, when somebody got shot 7 times out front?
Excuse me. Chairman, that specifically was not in front of my client's premises. But again, my client has hired new security in order to ensure that in front of his premises and directly in the vicinity of his premises remain safe.
Brass knuckles. I can't do this. I can't. I mean, there's Too many people got hurt already.
So just to be specific, Chairman, as far as the last incident, which is what the summary suspension was for, just to.
No. The summary suspension was for all of them combined.
Correct. The incident that brought us to the summary suspension was due to a shooting of a young lady, 19 years old. If you look at the time at that the incident occurred, it was at 4:30 a.m. My client, as well as the former representative that he worked with, have been in contact with.
Well, the stuff we got from the police report says that on February 12th, it was at 3:30 a.m.
3:30, 4:30 is the approximate time, Chairman. My client was closed at 2 a.m. That's correct. My client was closed at 2 a.m. One of the issues with the police department was the fact that my client was unable to hand him the video recording. We have a letter from a New York bid employee who also is a co-tenant at the premises, who also was able to identify that her camera system also went off. So the building camera system was not working. But again.
Yeah, so if that was the only shooting, we might have something to talk about. We've got multiple shootings.
That is correct.
And then it appears your client headbutted somebody, a customer. In December of 2022.
No, that did not occur. But just to be clear, the video footage of the incident that brought us here today.
But you keep going. It's not one incident. There's two different charges of focal point for police attention, which I don't have to explain to you what that means.
Correct.
There's 208 police service calls in the past year. Those are people from that community in the Bronx calling the police because of what's going on at this establishment.
And Chairman, if you
Well,
are
I mean, they deserve better, don't
That's
they?
correct, Chairman. If you look at the records, you will see that they are mainly directed patrols. The area we are not here to say is the best area in New York City. However, we are declaring that those directed patrols are to ensure the safety and welfare of all of the individuals, not just individuals who leave from my client's premises. Also, there's a 24-hour taxi cab
I
stand.
disagree with you.
Also, there's a 24-hour taxi cab stand that is approximately 500 feet away from my client as well, in which there are problems there that are not liquor related. So again, we're here today to ensure that we have a solid penalty offer, as well as up to 14 terms, mainly affirmations that my client is willing to adhere to ensure that he can remain with his liquor license.
Yeah, but I can't. I don't know that there's enough terms for me to put my own neck on the line for this. So I'm going to vote to cancel and bond, counter offer, cancel and bond.
I'm gonna go to counter and bond.
Thank you.
Cancel and bond.
Next is 308 MITO LLC Inc.
308.
Good morning, members.
Hi.
Yes. My name is James Wang, the representative.
Speak in a microphone, please.
Okay. My name is James Wang, the representative. He's the principal, Wei Chen.
The third location, what are your hours?
The hour is 11:30 to weekday 11:30 to 10:30, and weekend 11:30 to 11.
Was this eligible for a temp, Tom?
This would have been, yes.
Were you here when I talked about
Yes.
he could have been open for months?
All right, I'm gonna vote to approve recorded music only. I'm gonna do midnight across the board.
I'm going to vote to approve as well with the same conditions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you for coming in.
Next is 335 Blend Restaurant and Lounge LLC.
35.
Good afternoon, Chairman, Commissioner, full board. I'm here with, I'm Argelio Rodriguez as the attorney of record, and I'm here with the principal, Muhammad Imamuddin, and the manager, his son, Shazim Imamuddin. And this was originally submitted as a no contest, and we wrote in our submission that we'd like to change our offer to a conditional no contest of $6,500. And so there are two charges in this case, a focal point for police attention and failure to supervise. And I did want to say a few words. The licensee has been proactive in providing security and preventing misconduct inside the establishment. He's provided the security contract and a license. He's implemented several policies, including a last call earlier in the night, including 3:30 a.m. He's been more orderly with the exits, starting earlier in the night, and dispersing patrons in different direction. And this was upon a discussion with local police precinct, and it's been implemented. And there's been no disorderly premises tickets issued to the establishment. The establishment has managed inside very well and has continued to implement a policy where it disperses folks once they exit the establishment towards different directions.
Did you see a submission from Senator office?
No, I also requested any documentation provided to the full board.
We got it late, so maybe you didn't get it because there was a community board letter and then it was forwarded over.
Senator Adabo.
Are you guys
And
familiar with
they list in the letter, you know what, I'll. Can somebody give
reiterates
him
what
that
the
letter
community
and just put
board-
it over for 322?
Yeah, you need to look at that letter and come back because I don't think.
He wants you shut, and I tend to agree with him.
I actually have a copy of it if you
So
can have this one.
322.
This is the submission that we got. Can I give this to
Yeah,
him?
yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you want to?
Yeah, here, you can have this.
We got it between last time it was on and this time. That's why you didn't get it in the foil.
Okay, I understand then. I
So
guess.
322.
Okay, sounds good then. Thank you.
Next is 338 LQ Palace.
338.
338.
Good afternoon. My name is Jeffrey Gardner. I'm the attorney for 4116 Management, LQ Palace. This is a request to open a default that inadvertently
Yeah,
occurred.
we'll open it, but the deal's not to get better than the 10K we already offered. This is going back to council's office.
Yeah,
'cause I didn't-
okay to recon and okay to council's office.
But it shouldn't go below 10,000. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Next is 298, 299, and 300 La Princesa del Rodeo Corp.
298.
How did you end up so mixed?
He came in
No,
late.
Oh, you had your clients sign.
The client signed in. I'm usually here much earlier. We moved the trains. I don't want to go into it.
Oh, I did see you moved. How
Long
far?
Island life.
We moved from Lower Manhattan, where we've been for 47 years, to Great Neck, Long Island.
How's that working out?
Well, it's too early to tell. It's just been a week. You can't see my office, my desk for the boxes. You know, give me a little time and I'll.
I'm gonna take 12.5.
Huh.
Do you have questions?
No. You have something you want to say?
Not if she's agreeing to the penalty, unless you have questions.
I was gonna go higher, but I'll go 12.5.
Thank you very much.
Next is
Good luck on the new, oh, you got none.
Yeah, you got me. Well, good luck to her. 274 Truth
You-
Restaurant and Lounge Inc.
Yeah, let me just. I apologize because I couldn't even start to get the phones going, so I couldn't get my client over here. I usually have them.
Need to be here for this.
It's fine,
All right.
4,000.
4,000.
Thank you.
297 Stars Banquet Hall Inc.
This one's my partner. I'm just standing up on this.
Oh, I was gonna go to 1,500.
On behalf of my partner, I would accept that.
And Chairman?
Oh, yeah, 1,500.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Is it just you two in that office?
Yeah, it's, when we have time, I can explain all of this.
Thank you. Now, Don, can you get him a letter then?
Yeah, sorry.
I'll forward it to you.
Other supplement.
Yeah, I'll forward it.
I'm sorry.
Yep, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Next is 313, 420 Food Group Corp.
420 group.
Good afternoon, Chairman and members of the board. My name is Miguel Acosta. I'm here to represent 420 Food Group and its principal, John Moya. We're here seeking an on-premise liquor license at the location of 420 West 203rd Street.
What is this location? Is this a restaurant?
Yes, it's established in the past, previous restaurant.
What's the DBA besides 420 Food Group?
Hello, members. My name is John Moya, and it's going to be called Stream.
Stream?
Yeah, like a stream of water.
Cool. And what kind of food are you serving?
Seafood.
Okay.
So, are you familiar with the history here? Did you represent the previous licensee?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Are you familiar with the history, either of you or both of you?
No, sir.
The last place got canceled in 2019. Was really bad. Shooting and a lot of violence. And you appear to pretty much have the same method of operation that they had. Do you have any experience?
Well, I've been working alongside the hospitality industry since I do lighting design. And pretty much I've been doing lighting design for restaurants all over the United States, different cities, different states. Because I do lighting design, I do video walls installations, and I also do touring and concerts lighting design too.
So you never ran a restaurant, but you've been in them a lot.
Exactly.
Okay. What time do you want to close?
4.
Our plan is to drink Sunday through Thursday until 2 a.m., Friday, Saturdays until 4 a.m.
Is there an outdoor space?
No, sir. No, miss.
What's the parking situation up there?
Well, there's there's one parking lot basically right next to that to that location, and there's another one like in the other side of the street. So there's 2 parking lots.
So there's not going to be valet or anything. And no double parking.
No double parking.
Are you going to have valet or no?
No.
You say the community board approved of this, but we have nothing from them. Do you have something? Did you get something, Tom?
On my files, I don't have the actual resolution, but the community board did approve and didn't oppose to any other conditions that we requested. But you should have received
Yeah, I don't think we got anyone.
Well, did you send it in?
No, we didn't send it
Okay,
in.
so one of the things I mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, okay, it's not the community board's job to send stuff in.
Oh, okay.
It's your job.
No, it was, I wasn't present at the beginning of the meeting. I apologize on it.
Okay.
But I could definitely request a resolution and send it
And
forward.
did they have any stipulations?
The no double parking, from my recollection, good neighbor sign, and the manager's phone number.
I can either,
No, go ahead.
no,
Oh, you want to wait?
yeah, I can hold it over. Come back with it. And I need a
You can make a
copy.
condition though.
No.
Okay,
I want to
322.
see a proposed menu.
Okay, I actually have a proposed menu, but my client
All
has.
right, well, just complete the application, just
The
complete the
menu should be in there. It's not in here.
So come back with the community board resolution and a menu,
Understood.
322.
Thank you. Have a good day.
And go, I would look at the adverse history. It's significant.
Pretty extensive.
Yeah.
It's uphill. Thanks.
Next is 312 La Adelita de Woodside Restaurant Corp.
This is canceled due to COVID. What
Good
are
af-
your hours?
Good afternoon. My name is Guillermo Piccini. I'm representing Maria Simon.
What are your hours?
She's the only officer.
What are your hours?
11 to 11.
And she has no bathroom or she just has one bathroom? She has one bathroom.
One bed.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna vote to approve midnight across the board, recorded music only, bathroom waiver. Bathroom waiver is granted.
Can we request an additional hour?
1 a.m., 1 a.m.
No. Explain, yes, you can get 1 a.m. Explain to
12.
you.
No, I didn't say 1. I said 1. 12.
I
gave you 12.
gave you 12.
You
want
said
1
12.
a.m.?
Fine. That's fine.
I give you 1 a.m. She's nodding her head.
Explain to, do you speak English, ma'am?
No, a little, not too much.
Explain to her,
Try.
explain to her if there's hookah and we find it and she doesn't have a license for it, she's gonna lose her.
No hookah.
Tell her that.
I can
Right
get-
in front of me, tell her that. Right now.
Dice que no, que ahí no se fuma hookah.
No.
No hookah.
If she had to say, she's going to lose her license if she does.
Si ellos se encuentran de que tú estás fumando, que no tú,
1 a.m.
que permites que fumen, te van a quitar la licencia.
Okay, no, no, no.
Same for DJs, no DJ.
No.
No DJs.
Okay.
But you had 1 a.m.
1 a.m. Perfect.
All right,
Thank you
I'll-
very
I'll-
much.
I'll approve with the Commissioner Fan's conditions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is 301 Layali Dubai NYC Inc.
301.
301.
Letter of warning. You want more? Why would you come up for this?
I would love a dismissal.
Oh,
Good afternoon.
do you want more?
No, I don't. I mean, I have to come here. It's
Broken
every 2
mechanic bar.
weeks I get a home.
I'll dismiss. It's a lot of people's work.
All right.
It's a long trip.
Dismissed.
Thank you. Tom, can I just mention one thing too?
No.
The community boards don't give us the decisions. In fact, they're 3 or 4 months behind before they even post them on their agendas. So we don't know the resolutions.
Ask for them.
Most of the
What I'm
community
saying
boards,
is,
most
what I'm
of, let me
saying is,
finish.
I'm tired of applicants, okay, who are blaming the community board.
Like the
The
last one,
community board is not applying
the
for the
last one
license.
he's talking about, the guy told us he had a positive resolution, so he clearly got it,
Yeah,
but he didn't send it.
but he probably was at the subcommittee and heard a positive resolution. My point is, Tom, the community boards in New York City right now, they're not manning their offices. They're working remotely since COVID. It takes days, even weeks to get resolutions.
I did read that.
Thank you. I just wanted to point it out. I'm going to listen to the beginning of the meeting so I know what happened.
You're,
Might want to,
you
yeah.
don't do applications, do you?
Yeah, he
No, I
does.
don't do applications.
Not recently.
All right. Thank you.
Next is 302 Rave Restaurant Inc.
302.
No.
Good afternoon. My name is Benjamin Corngut. I am the representative for Rave Restaurant Inc. This is, I have Paul Barbie here, who's one of the principals of the applicant. This is in connection with a CNC of $4,000. Just to give you some background, the licensee has since met with the community board, agreed to stipulations, and filed all the permits to bring it into compliance with the.
That's fine. Thank you.
What was the extension? To what part of the building?
It was to the roof, I believe.
Oh, to the roof. Okay.
And that the community board signed off on?
Yes. And all the alteration applications were approved.
Oh, they have been approved
Yeah,
already?
they've all been approved, yeah. Alteration, additional bar, and an endorsement.
All right, I'll accept.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is 336 and 337, Ladies Sports Bar, Inc.
For the licensee, Louis Chisari.
Sorry, what number again?
336 and 337, which was, yep.
Yes. What happened?
Well, first off, the place, my client couldn't be here because he's taking care of a sick relative in Ohio. He allowed a relative of his who's not allowed to have anything to do with a licensed establishment, Danny Salinas.
So before you get into all that, I'm not accepting this anyway. I'm gonna send it back to counsel's office because from what I understand, your client's part of a lawsuit that has accused the police of acting in a discriminatory manner.
No, that's Usning. This isn't Usning. This is Queens.
Oh, okay.
There's
Yes.
nothing to accept.
It's a no contest.
It was a no contest. I'm
So
sorry.
I got the wrong case mixed up. Okay.
Yes. He's been now, of course, out. They're trying to find a new manager. They've repaired everything that needed to be repaired because I know Mr. Stravali found lots of building violations, which they have been repaired. The security company that was there was R²4, which are no longer there. They've now contracted with True Blue Security.
Who's the guy that was running the place when he was supposed to be there?
He had a nephew, Danny Salinas, who Mr. Schwartz informed me is not supposed to have anything to do with the licensed
Where
establishment.
did I see that was his brother-in-law, not his nephew?
I apologize if I have the wrong family
I may have it wrong.
relationship.
Brother-in-law.
Is it brother-in-law it's brother-in-law, the brother-in-law of the licensee.
But I mean, like, this wasn't a one-night deal.
No, and we're not
We're
saying,
going from May to July to September to November.
I think that's where it,
And then we can go all the way back to 2019. The brother-in-law was in it all this time, 2021.
yes, Your Honor. When I learned from Mr. Schwartz through discovery that he wasn't allowed to have anything to do at a licensed place, I immediately.
But what are the odds
suggested-
it's his
What are
license
you
place and it's
arguing?
not the other guy's?
I don't know what you're arguing right now. What do you want? Want an adjournment? Because he was supposed to come.
We would accept cancellation and bond.
I'll
You
take,
accept?
yeah, I'll take cancellation.
All right, I'll take cancel and bond. Should have started there.
Again, at first, my client was like, see what they'll do, and then after we got into it, I was
All right,
like,
I
you know,
appreciate it. Thank you.
yes.
Thanks for
I think I have the next one.
Next is 319 and 326, Barav Group Corp.
Yes, that's,
319 and 326. Oh, this one is the other one.
for the licensee, Louis
So are they
Chisari.
going to file a change of method of operation?
Yes, they are, but as far as the alteration, that can't happen, and it's not gonna happen. That was an outside space to the rear of the building that they were originally allowing people to go smoke. And when I got involved, I looked and realized that can never be done. There's no safe second.
Would you accept 8,000?
We were looking for more like 6. We were hoping 6.
I'm at 7, so.
We'll land at 7.
Thank you. We'll
I mean,
accept
that's the
7.
second time you got caught using the backyard. There's not gonna be a third time.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
That's all I have. Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in.
Wasn't there another one from us? Wasn't one of your Austin one time?
Yes and no. I didn't deal with that particular disciplinary. I think Mr. Romano dealt with that disciplinary, so I had nothing to do with that
Oh,
disciplinary.
so I
matter.
already let it go.
Yeah.
All right, my fault.
Nope, take care.
Next is 323, SO Cafe LLC.
23.
Did we already do that one then?
323.
No, the one I was gonna not take because of the lawsuit.
No, I think.
Oh. He said Mr. Romano did it.
Did you guys do additional outreach?
Well, the outreach was done at the time. a year ago, in April of 2022, but we have proof that the outreach was
I
done.
frankly don't know what it means when they said recommends approval with additional outreach.
Okay, so there was a board member who was not on the committee, Mary Odomerick, who lived on the block where the restaurant was. Okay, so they recommended that we reach out to them, which was done.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. I see.
So I've submitted, in my materials, I submitted an email from Mr. Rawlinson indicating that they met, and then an email from Ms. Odomerick saying that she had no opposition to the project.
What's the outside situation?
There's no outdoor seating
Okay.
And you have no temp.
because it was not previously licensed.
Okay. What are your hours?
They are 11 to midnight, Sunday through Wednesday, and 11 to 1 a.m. Thursday through Saturday. This is going to be a restaurant.
That's not what it says here, but
Where?
I'm gonna do you a deal. I'm going to do 1 a.m. across the board.
Thank you.
34.
There's no outside, right? So the backyard is.
There's no outdoor seating, no.
So it's just indoors.
Just
For some
indoors.
reason, it says no background music. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna give you recorded music only.
You talk about
Yes.
the community board?
Yeah.
Okay, right, because they applied for recorded music.
Yeah, we applied for a
I
recording.
know, but here it says no speakers or live music in backyard, no background music,
I think they mean in the backyard.
but there is no actual.
There is no backyard, yeah.
So I'm gonna do 1 a.m. across the board, recorded music only.
Thank you.
Thanks for waiting.
I'll do the same.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Next is 334, 148 South Emerson Associates LLC.
Oh, wow, you guys made it just the nick of time.
I thought you were out of town, Mr. Lee.
I was supposed to be. Came back a little earlier than I planned on, so figured if I'm here, I might as well be here. Joseph Levy, here on behalf of 148 South Emerson Associates LLC. There was a conditional no contest plea for a recent violation before you. I fully appreciate what the history of this space looks like, and I wanted to make a brief statement, if I could, that hopefully can frame things a bit.
No, the only reason I asked him to come in, because obviously this, I'm not implying that this is the most serious violation in the world. It's not. But we're now on 4 years in a row that you've been here.
No, sorry.
No? Did he just buy the place?
That's why I wanted to make a brief statement. if
Okay,
I
go
could.
ahead.
So I appreciate that the disciplinary history at this particular location has been not so great. And it's been terrible, and it got a little bit better, still not ideal. Gentleman I have with me today is Cole Bernard. He is not a principal on this license, although he is part of a management team that was brought in to clean up things and potentially get involved here and try to clean up the location
So it's the same owners?
in an attempt to salvage the premise. There has been a transfer of ownership with respect to the
So you don't have
land.
to you don't have to explain to me. It's the same ownership. They knew, you're a new manager.
He's a new person who's
So
come
here's
in.
the deal. If they end up, that I get a phone call from the guy from the town supervisor in the Hamptons, and we have to go out there and we find anything related to anything they've already been caught with, that's going to be the end of their summer.
Yep, I
All right.
appreciate that. And again.
Because
Cole-
it's just, it's not, the stuff you're doing or that they were doing is really easy to solve and not do.
I agree. But my point is that Cole and his team have been a bit hamstrung because they have not been in a control position, and they are in the process of putting themselves in that place right now. So the license is currently in safekeeping. There has been a sale on the property. We hope to settle this, clean things up, get him on the license, and put him in a position where he can actually take over control of the space and proceed as a responsible operator as he's done in some of his other establishments, specifically in Manhattan. So the hope is that we're putting him in position to succeed, giving him the power to do so, and that he'll clean it up.
Okay, because I don't want to, I mean, it's a long trip for my guys to have to go out
Yeah,
there.
I understand.
All right, good luck.
The clock is about to end on the safekeeping, just so you know.
1500.
Yes, correct.
Right.
We're aware. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Jonathan, no one else here, right?
Correct.
All right. So 273 is an offer of 1,500.
1,500.
1,500.
275 is an offer of 1,500.
1,500.
I'll accept.
277 is an offer of cancel and bond.
Cancel and bond.
Cancel and bond.
278 is an offer of 6,000.
Um,
I'm at, is Singh a partner in this place? I was at cancel.
yeah, I know, that's why it was like, but
They
I think
claim he's a
there's-
manager.
He's a manager that will be added to the payroll.
but it's just unclear, but he also said we don't know. Okay, right.
Apparently he's
All right, I'll accept.
I'll accept.
279 is a no contest defaulted pleading.
3,000?
3,000.
280 is a defaulted pleading.
1,500?
1,500.
281 is a defaulted pleading.
Cancel and bond.
Cancel and bond.
282 is an offer of 6,000.
I'll accept 6,000.
6,000.
283, 84, and 85 is an offer of 15,000.
This is the Austin case.
Yeah, did we do 283, 284, and 285?
This is the one
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
this is right
We're
now.
Doing it.
That's what we're doing right
This is the
now.
Austin case.
The one you were thinking.
So he's here and represents him and he walked out. Yeah, well, I'm not taking this simply because I'm sending it back to council's office. There has been a well-publicized civil lawsuit filed against the Ossining Police Department my understanding is that this licensee is party to that lawsuit, and in it, he's alleging that that the police are discriminating against him and other Hispanic-owned restaurants, and that none of these charges were valid.
Yeah, and they had sand parks and this. All right, so I
So
counter.
he can go to, if they're not valid, he can go to hearing. What are you saying? Not you, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead.
Well, but if he's entering a no contest plea to them, he's no longer disputing they're not valid.
I understand that, but I'm not getting involved in it. That's my point. If they're not valid, I'm not letting them take the no contest plea. He's already publicly reported that he's getting treated poorly because of his race, and he's
So you
filed a
want this to
federal
go
lawsuit. Yeah, it's going back to
counsel's
council.
office? Back to
Yes,
counsel's
yes.
office.
In perpetuity.
What's the counter?
There is no counter. He goes to hearing.
Go back to counters.
Yeah, he can come in and explain that he wasn't discriminated against.
Next is 286, offer of 6,000.
I'll accept 6,000.
I'll accept.
287 is an offer of 1,500.
I'll take 1,500.
1,500.
288 is an offer of 8,000.
I'll accept 8,000.
8,000.
289 is an offer of 3,500.
Can we back up a second?
Yeah.
For 288?
Yeah.
In the CNC, it says that, because charge number one is having no food. They said they're gonna have a fryer for snacks, and they will have caterers coming in doing pop-up events. They can't, that's not sufficient.
So what do you want to do?
I'm just curious, maybe we can get them in to explain exactly how they're gonna be supplying
Okay.
sufficient food for the licensing end.
All right. Bring them in.
Over to
322.
322. Is that okay, Chairman?
Yeah.
289 is an offer of 3,500.
So I want to ask you about this one. So,
3,500? Yeah.
yeah, so this is a situation where it's a bar back who is drinking a few beers at the end of the night. There's no evidence that he's
How'd we catch him?
paying.
Is an underage bar back?
Yeah.
Paying's technically not
So-
part of sale to minor.
So it's technically not a sale to minor. I just don't really want that charge to go down.
Why can't it be a sale to
Well,
minor?
it is a sell to minor. I'm just
Yeah.
saying it doesn't need to pay. It
But
just
we-
needs to provide.
But how can we prove it? How do we prove
We
that?
have an affidavit from him. It's
Yeah.
self-serving.
So what do you want to do?
I don't know.
I'll do whatever you want. I see what your concern is.
I almost feel like we need to also charge,
Also, or in lieu of.
well, maybe disorderly or supervision or. Is it worth cleaning up or you think it's just,
I think it's okay if you want to raise it because of the behavior, you can do that, although I think the owner, how's he going to know that the bar back grabbed the beer?
yeah, that's right, yeah.
Well, that's part of the sale.
I'm not saying it's not a sale to minor, I'm just saying that I don't know that I'd punish him worse than I would somebody who actually sold one.
All right, and I'll just take the 3,500.
3,500. Because you can't, I mean, those guys are going in and out.
I just feel like it's actually worse, but this is not reflecting it.
I don't know if it is worse.
Is it? That's
Because
what-
I don't
that's
know
what
that,
we're discussing, is it worse?
if they're behind the bar all the time, emptying trash or whatever, the owner didn't affirmatively just hand it to him where he should have ID'd it, the kid could have snuck it out.
I mean, the memo says when his shift ended, he bought 4 Bud Light beers.
Yeah,
An alcoholic
Oh,
beverage
that
from a
is
female
worse.
bartender.
Yeah, that's worse, okay.
From a female
All
bartender.
right, we can, I mean, the offer's low, because it should be
It
it
should
should
already
be
be
3,000, it should be 4,500.
Yeah,
So do 4,500,
all right, counter at 4,500.
and I'll do the same thing.
4,500. All right. 290 is an offer of 5,000.
5,000.
5,000.
291 is an offer of 6,000.
6,000.
6,000.
292 is an offer of 3,000.
3,000.
3,000.
293 is an offer of cancel and bond.
Cancel and bond.
Cancel and bond.
294 is an offer of 1,500.
They need to register their training.
No, I heard there.
Yeah, right. I'm going to counter at 3,000 and require them to register training.
What was that? I'm sorry.
3,000, and they have to
The
file the
3,000
endorsement
Yeah, and then
application
it's
for the
filing
trading.
in theirs.
and file an endorsement application. Chairman?
I'll do the same.
Okay. 296 is an offer of
I'll
2,000.
accept 2,000.
Chairman?
I'll accept.
So with 320, we received an email from the attorney withdrawing the application.
Okay, withdrawn.
Withdrawn.
325 is a no contest.
I think it should be canceled.
Yeah, me too. All right.
There's
cancel
no
and bond.
explanation. He hasn't come in and said he's going to be open to the public.
Cancel and bond.
Cancel and bond. 327 is an offer of 6,000.
I'll say 6,000.
6,000.
328 is a default at pleading.
Cancel and bond.
Cancel and bond.
329 is a offer of letter of warning.
Letter of warning.
330 is an offer of 200.
Just on that 329, the noise is because of a live band. Actually, and I'm sorry, they did add live music just a couple years ago, so. Originally, they only had recorded music.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
330 is an
I
offer
don't know
of
who took the letter of warning, but it's
200.
200.
333 is an offer of cancel and bond.
Cancel and bond.
Cancel and bond.
339 is a default at pleading.
1,500.
1,500.
340 is an offer of 7,000.
Accept.
I'm gonna lower this to 5,000.
5,000.
341 is an offer of 20,000.
20,000.
20,000.
342 is a default of pleading.
Cancel and bond.
Cancel and bond.
343 is an offer of 500.
500.
500.
348 is an offer of 2,000.
2,000.
2,000.
349 is an offer of 3,500.
I'm gonna take I'm gonna, you want to?
You can go lower, go ahead.
I'm gonna go to 4,500.
Oh, 4,500.
All right. 351 is an offer of cancellation for the record.
This is going back to council's office.
Why?
Because,
Oh, this
you
was the
want it
case
or you
with
don't
the-
want it?
No, this is the
No, you
case
don't
with
want
the,
it. All right.
cancel and bond on the first
Forget
one.
it. We'll just take the cancellation for the
For the
record.
record, yeah. We already got their $1,000, just not through the bond. Right.
Well,
They paid it.
now there's a note. I guess Paula would know. Bond is available as the claim was paid by the licensee. So
Right,
the
but-
bond is.
I know,
Oh,
but I'm not
sorry.
gonna take
Yeah,
it.
they're not
'cause
taking it.
Yep.
Their point was, they don't want to be bonded.
Okay.
Okay. 352 is an offer
Cancel
of
and
cancel and bond.
Cancel and bond.
353 is an offer of cancel and bond.
Cancel and bond.
353A is a proposed advisory.
I will accept in this entirety.
I'll accept as well.
Stop. All right, Chairman, I got nothing else to you.
Thank you.
Guess not.
No, I don't have anything else. Thank you.
All right,
Have a
meeting's
good
adjourned.
weekend.
I had a